Hi, today we're talking about quote and buy. Quote and buy is a term that means many things to many people. In its simplest form, quote and buy means an insurance website with a contact form that sends an email back to HQ. So an inquiry comes in here, a simple form is filled out by the customer or the agent, and it results in an email going to internal staff who can then process that quote and hopefully go on risk. Now, what people tend to do is put an awareness website out there on the web, set up this simple process, and quickly come unstuck because in this simple form, quote and buy does only very little of what's really required to quote and bind and renew and adjust policies. This process quickly evolves into a much more advanced application form with lots of questions, and some of which appear automatically depending on the answers to other questions. And instead of sending an email, what we'll soon see on a more mature quote and buy operation is a database into which the answers to those questions go, so that documents can be generated with the quote and buy system. So many bespoke insurance websites out there today look like this. Some go even further. With time and money, we can make the entire life cycle of the policy computerized. Now, what we found over the years is that with SchemeServe, a quote and buy is a very small part of the entire story of an insurance case, and that without all the parts, an insurance system or service is not worth a lot. So what we have in SchemeServe is all of the constituent parts that you'll need in order to bind, renew, adjust, report, maintain and manage your scheme online. When someone comes in to your website, they will be able to see a number of different application forms depending on which scheme they're looking at. They will be able to take payments as appropriate to the scheme, direct debit, credit card, premium finance, or pay by check. They will be presented with different options for the same scheme depending on whether they're an agent or a customer. They will see essentially different websites depending on whether they are an agent, a customer, or an internal staff user. And your changes to your forms, to your application forms, won't cause problems for people that have filled out a previous version of the form in a previous iteration of the website. So you can make changes to your questions, you can make changes to the way that your documents look, you can make changes to the structure of the entire solution without fear of what's going to happen to that person that used the website 2 years ago on a previous version of the form. At renewal, we automatically work out what should be done in terms of merging your current practices and your current question sets with your people that have been on cover for the last term. You can work with varying terms. You can work with a panel of insurers. You can split the risk into multiple parts. We can automatically rate according to any criteria from the question set or from third parties. We can give you DVLA lookup, postcode lookup, sort code lookup, bank integration, and dozens of other third-party integrations. We can create for you reports according to your own criteria. You can edit those reports, you can share them with third parties, you can generate referrals, you can give underwriting control to third parties, you can allow them to clear referrals. Quote and buy is a big and complicated beast, but we spent 10 years taming it, and we can give you quote and buy with all the knobs and whistles and things that you need in order to make it successful out of the box.